Angry protest tonight after a police officer who was charged with shooting and killing an unarmed woman goes free. Good evening, I'm Jeff Herndon.
And I'm Dawn Hasbrook. The drama started just after the judge read the not guilty verdict. It then spilled into the streets. Rakia Boyd's family followed Detective Dante Servin out of the courthouse. The crowd yelled obscenities and death wishes at Officer Servin, who hurried to a fenced-in parking lot across the street from the courthouse. Our Craig Wall now with how the drama unfolded.
I regret leaving my house, but I think any reasonable person, any police officer especially, would have reacted in the exact same manner that I reacted, and I'm glad to be alive. I saved my life that night.
Detective Dante Servin fired his gun over his shoulder and into a crowd in 2012 after he saw a man running at him with a gun, making him fear for his life. A bullet hit 22-year-old Rakia Boyd in the head and killed her.
How can you be not guilty with somebody laying in the alley with a bullet hole in her head? How is that not guilty?
I almost passed out, because I really thought that he would get at least 5 years.
The judge said because prosecutors charged Servin with involuntary manslaughter and reckless discharge of a weapon, he had to find the detective not guilty because under the law, Servin's conduct was not reckless.
The act of intentionally firing a gun at some person or persons on the street is an act that is so dangerous. It is beyond reckless. It is intentional. And the crime, if any there be, is first-degree murder.
The prosecution did the case with Dante Servin. He didn't need to do anything.
Boyd's godmother, Pat Jordan, believes prosecutors charged Servin the way they did, knowing the judge would have to find him not guilty. In a statement, the state's attorney's office said they brought the case in good faith and believed there was evidence to convict Servin. His supporters said justice was served.
It has always been our position that Dante should never have been charged in this. He was a victim of an aggravated assault.
Our Craig Wall reporting tonight. Police News Affairs says the detective remains stripped of his police powers, though. The Independent Police Review Authority will resume its investigation into whether his use of force was appropriate or not.
And tonight, dozens of people are marching through Dante Servin's neighborhood in protest. They're chanting, quote, "No justice, no peace," and "Black Lives Matter." Supporters say there's a conspiracy that lets killer cops go free.
The Chicago Police Department faces criticism for a long history of police-involved shootings. There have been 6 of them this year in these first 4 months of the year. Last year, there were 50 police-involved shootings, 18 of them fatal. Most happened in the 11th District, which includes Humboldt Park and East Garfield Park and a portion of Westtown. A police shooting made headlines in 2011, you may remember, when an officer mistook a cell phone for a gun. Dashcam video captured the moment when Flint Farmer was shot 3 times in the back. Well, prosecutors decided not to charge the officer involved, but there was public outcry after it was revealed that the officer involved had shot 3 other people before. The city eventually settled a lawsuit with Farmer's family for $4.1 million.